in EmPHorium. In the Philippines, I want to say magandang umaga ho sa inyong lahat. And for the people in the US watching this live at the EmPHorium, good evening, everybody. Thank you for taking the time to at least check it out. Check us out. EmPHorium is a unique US-based, the first of its kind, okay? The first of its kind. It's a Philippine-made and inspired product showroom and global business center. And its purpose is to create awareness as well as sales opportunities for Philippine-made products, services, and investments in the US market. And well, EmPHorium is actually a physical place. Like I said, that's where I'm at right now. It's located at 3250 Wilshire Blvd, number 602 in Los Angeles, California. So if you want to come and visit, please do so. We welcome you. Just go ahead and let us know when you're coming. Thank you. But what the Live EmPHorium is, this is one of the tools that we use to create the awareness, the sales opportunities by people watching, and hopefully organically, or what we're doing on social media is reaching other people. And I think it is. At the end of the day, what we want is that awareness creation. Okay, so that's what Live at the EmPHorium is. And today it is packed full of amazing stuff. Now, today we're doing a live demo, okay? It's a delicious product made mainly from mangoes. You gotta excuse me, because every time I think of mangoes, my mouth starts to salivate. I just love mangoes, okay? So with that being said, our product presenter, her name is Audrey Regis. She's a firecracker, dynamo. She's very impressive in the way she's put together this business. She is our first live demo presenter. She is the founder of Audrey's Confectioneries. And we're also joined later in the hour by a gentleman by the name of Larry Johnson of L.R. Johnson and Associate. They are Artisanal Food Curator. I will let him tell you what all that is about, but it's in a very important position. So what he'll be doing is he'll be giving us some insights on what he thinks, what are the important factors if you're going to create a market footprint in the U.S. So I'm talking to all the Philippine manufacturers right now. I'm pointing my finger because please listen to this gentleman, because he's got so much experience about different types of food, specialty, and he deals in hospitality, restaurants, hotels, and things of that nature. So he knows to a certain degree, needless to say, what works and what might not work. So just listen to him. Now, with that being said, again, let me go back, go ahead and type in where you're watching this from, and it looks like we might have some people already. Let's see. Mayanne Salazar. Mayanne, love you, girl. It says, good morning, EmPHorium from Leyte, Philippines. And I'm going to show, so good morning, EmPHorium from Leyte, Philippines. Always excited to be the show. I'm excited every time you do that because, at least I feel like, people are watching and you guys are sharing it all the time, especially when we're not doing the show. You guys are always sharing it. Thank you, Mayanne. You've been instrumental in getting the word out about Live at the EmPHorium. And again, every time you do that, you are trying to elevate Philippine-made products in the U.S. market and to our audience, and I appreciate that, Mayanne. Let's see. So now with that being said, I want to go ahead and introduce to you our first guest. Like I said, she's the founder of Audrey's Confectioneries. This lady is amazing. I got to talk to her a little bit, and before we do these rehearsals before, and I got to know her a little bit from there. And she's just a dynamo. She's always like all over the place, and her mind is clicking back and forth, different ideas and different ways to sell. And it will show when she tells you where her products have been or are currently when in the Philippines, and what her goals are. And she's going to do a little bit of a quick demo for us, so kind of pay attention to that also, especially the distributors, buyers, online retailers. So without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce her to you. So her product is mainly made from mangoes, and again, in Cebu has the best mango, and I'm going to let Audrey talk to you about that. So here she is, the founder of Audrey's Confectioneries. Please welcome Audrey Regis.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is
Audrey. How are you?
Hi.
Finally, right? We've been trying to talk, I'm sure, because your mind is all over the place earlier because we keep talking. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that like you are just on it. You're a busy lady. And thank you so much for being here. And I'm excited to find out more along with our audience what type of product you have. I want you to start with that. Tell us a little bit about the company, and then we'll do a little bit of a live demo. And then let's talk about the business aspect of Audrey's Confectioneries and what your goals are for the U.S. market. Okay, so I'm going to turn over the camera to you, and I'll let you take it away.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. And first of all, I'd like to thank EmPHorium and Ferdinand here for giving me this chance to showcase my product and present everything about my company and the products. For there, I was gonna ask for the camera to be turned on for the second. Those are the products of my company. Again, my name is Audrey Regis, the founder of Audrey's Confectioneries. Let me tell you about a little bit about myself first. I'm before I became a business owner almost 10 years ago. That's how old my company is right now, and how long these products have been in the market. I was a banker for 22 long years. I was with Citibank, HSBC, and 2 years with a local bank in Far East Bank. It used to be PPI bought them out. So I was a banker and third baker, and now a food manufacturer for all these delicious products. So that's Audrey's Confectioneries, and just a little bit about myself. Now, to go into the first branch where I sold my products was through an airport in Cebu. It was a Pasalubong Center, a gift store. And that opened up a lot of opportunities for me, because that's where SM group of companies, the biggest mall and the biggest grocery here in the Philippines, discovered my first flavor, which is the Mango Caramel Classic. This is actually a product that is, you can see it over here, and we have two sizes of it. And it's all dried mangoes coated with salted caramel, which I have developed also myself. The recipe. And then all these are dried mangoes, and then they're available in four variants. And one is in chocolate, another one is in cashew, and then another one is in pistachio. So we have the classic, which is just coated with the salted caramel. And this is, since I developed the banana chips, because I noticed in the market when I was I did everything up to the delivery. So when I deliver in the groceries, I see a lot of Koreans, Japanese, a lot of tourists going to the shelves of the banana chips and putting their hands in the racks and just shoving all the banana chips in the shopping cart. And then I realized there's no variety or of very few flavors available in the market. It's just either all sweet, or all salted. So I actually created a combination of sweet and salted banana chips. So if I may, I will open this in front of you and focus yourself in, where did the second camera go? I was gonna pour this in a glass that I prepared in the second camera. There you go. Okay, so I'm gonna pour it there. So all that goodness, that's sweet and salted, crunchy, thinly sliced, crispy, just perfect to quench that craving for both salty, and sweet at the same time. So that's one of a kind all over the world. I haven't seen anything else like this. And definitely, when you open it, you'll finish it right away. But just in case you don't finish it, it comes with a Ziploc already in the packaging, and you can lock it again. I'm afraid my phone is actually ringing, which is so sorry about that. Um, the other phone is connected to the camera for the products. I'm so sorry. Anyways, let's proceed to the unboxing. It's echoing. I don't know why for the. Let me just turn it off.
Yeah, go ahead and turn off the microphone. There you go, Audrey.
Oh, okay, I'm so sorry about
That
that.
that trust me, that always happened. That's not a big deal. At least it's not echoing, which is great. So you're great. I love it. Just keep continue to do that. I'm sure people understand we have those glitches. So go ahead and I'll give back the camera to you, okay?
Okay, thank you. So, going back to the unboxing of the mango caramel, which everyone is so excited about. I personally am so excited about. So, let me start with the mango caramel cashew. As you can see, the box is really pretty. Um, the the head of SM said that my packaging, as you can see, are all different colors, which represents the different seasons of the year. So it's a gift that is appropriate for any season of the year, as you can see. So let me tell you more about the packaging. The packaging is, of course, the background is a mango tree. You see mangoes and the Maya. Why the Maya bird? Actually, the Maya bird was the national bird of the Philippines before the president of the Philippines changed it to the eagle. So this is all Philippines that's reflected in this packaging. So it's the Maya bird that you can frequently see in the mango tree eating the mangoes. So so if you can see it's all Filipino. So when you open it, okay, 6 pieces of it pops up. It's individually wrapped, and even if you're just shopping in the mall and you can't see the actual product inside, because I don't have a window, you can actually see the actual product at the back. There's a photo of the actual product here and how it looks like. Okay, even the cashew, you could see it also, and even the pistachio, there's also a product photo. So that's how pretty the packaging is. And I made sure that the Philippine the design of the product box is pretty. Pretty enough that all Filipinos giving it away as a pasalubong or a gift every time they go out of the country, which is, of course, a tradition to us Filipinos, is that you are proud that it's from the Philippines and made and conceptualized in the Philippines. So when you open it, there comes a wow effect from them. And when you open further this wrapper, very simple. Here comes out, I hope, another wow. Because you can definitely smell how good the chocolate is. And I only choose good quality chocolate. So this is how it looks like. Chocolate on one side and all that lusciously coated salted caramel on the other side. So that's the mango caramel chocolate. Okay. And then I'd like to open the cashew product now. This one, it always comes and wrapped with plastic to make sure that if it falls in the floor of the grocery racks, it will still be as good and clean when you buy it. So I made sure that there's always an extra wrapper that the customer will have to to protect the product. So there goes out the plastic, and then you slide it like your CD case to the kids from the 80s. You know what I'm talking about. So there you go. This is the mango caramel cashew. So now let's open it up and see how the actual product looks like. There you go. All that fruity, nutty, deliciousness, and delight in every bite. By the way, this is actually my bestseller together with the chocolate mango caramel. Just to give you an idea of how the big box actually look like, because it comes in two sizes. One is the pack of 6, and the other one is the pack of 15. This is the other one. It's a bigger box. The size is about 7 by 7 inches. And in the back of the box, you'll also see the actual product. So let's open it up. And in the same way, all the boxes are wrapped in plastic to make sure that it's clear. This one is actually for delivery already. As you can see how much Cultura is selling it for, that's their barcode. It's selling for 599. Later, I'll discuss the pricing point. Okay, let me just open this. So the plastic is easy to open. I just don't have long nails. Okay. Making sure the plastic will protect the box so there are no scratches and no dirt when you finally open the product. Here comes another wow for me, hopefully for all of you viewers and soon to be customers. So it opens up like a chocolate box actually. And you'll see 15 pieces all in all. And it's also the same with the mango caramel pistachio. Oh, I haven't opened one mango caramel pistachio yet. I'll open one for you. I hope you could have a taste of this. Actually, when you open it up, you could smell the goodness of that. The salted caramel. I love the smell of caramel.
I love the fact that you asked if people can taste it. I'm going to make everybody jealous because I've got one. So I love it. Anyway, go ahead. I'm just going to enjoy it while you're doing that so I can go along with you.
Okay. Yeah, and here is the pistachio. So let me open up one. I didn't put a lot of pistachio because first, pistachio is very expensive. So, and second, I just wanted that flavor of pistachio in my mangoes because there might be some people who does not like cashew. So I made a variant with pistachio. So when you open it, it's just like so there's sprinkle of pistachio in the pack. So all that greatness. So it's the objective is to be able to satisfy even the ones with very intriguing palate. The ones that cannot be satisfied, watch out. There's that product already that you'll say wow to.
I mean, of course, there's going to be a certain thing where I would be prejudiced to it only because it's here. But I really like it only because, Audrey, the caramel, it's just right. It's not overpowering. I think for me, most of the time, a lot of desserts or sweets, they can be like that. It's just the balance of the nuttiness, and then you're right about the mango, because the fact that it's in a package like this, it still retains that softness, like as if you just did it, which I like. And again, you said there's 50 in a box.
15.
15. Okay, so I guess that's 15 ways. 15 chances to fall in love with this product, right? So you keep trying it. Okay, let me try it again. Okay, I'm in love again. Okay, I'm in love again. This is so great because, like I said, obviously, if you like the combination of the sweetness and the nuttiness, definitely is that's why on your website you said you put the funk in Cebu mango or something like that, right?
Funky. Yeah. It wasn't me who actually said that. I quoted that from this writer. I was featured for 2 months on the airline magazine of Royal Brunei Airlines, and it was them who said I put the funky in Cebu dried mangoes because no one has done anything like this. I actually upgraded the uh, dried mango. Who would ever think of presenting it this way? Dried mango here is just plain dried mango or chocolate coated dried mango. That's it. And that's when I thought of putting an additional choice of dried mango product. And little did I know, I did not even thought. I just that all the buyers of these big groceries are actually looking for choices in the market for their customers. That's why when they saw my product, I didn't even have a hard time anymore. They called and wanted my products right away. So it I was so happy. It was a big success. I answered a need in the market, and that's what's important when you're making a product.
I'm taking the opportunity to show them while we're talking now because you did the demo. Let's talk business. Let's talk about your plans where you want to take the product. You've met some amazing success already. Like I said, I'm enjoying this. I wish you could just keep talking and then I can just eat this while you're talking, right? But at the end, what I'm trying to do is let's talk business. I mean, I'm showing the website, all so they all can visit it too and check out your products. But tell us a little bit about where the product is currently at. I know you just mentioned that the one thing that I'm excited for your product is because a lot of people they can see your product in the Philippine airport, right? So they bring it as a pasalubong. So that's a good tie-in for people who bring it there and then they want to be in the U.S. and see the product here, so they can buy it, right? So tell us about that, where the product is currently, and what are your plans, and how much are you selling the products now? What are your plans about how much is the average price in the Philippines?
The average price in the Philippines per pack of 15, which is the bigger box, is 599 pesos. So in US dollars, that's about almost $11.50. And for the small pack of six, it's 239 pesos. The price I'm quoting is the price being sold at all Cultura branches nationwide. The 239, that's about $4.60 for now at the current exchange rate. But there are a few stores selling the in the airport, that is, because I would understand because of the high price of rental. This box is selling for about by Cultura for about let's just round it off at $12, and has been sold the bigger box for $38 in the airport, and they're still selling a lot. And the small box is sold for $4.50 in Cultura, but in the airport there are stores selling it for $15, so that's 750 pesos. So those are the opportunities in the market if you want to resell the products, because of the way I designed it and the way I presented and developed the product. It's good enough to sell even times 10 of the regular price in the Philippine market. Yes, pretty. I can't hear you, Ferdy. I like that you're asking me questions because I actually am being guided on what to talk about my product.
That's my job. That's what I told you. I told you when we were talking about the product, I wanted you to talk to potential online retailers, distributors, buyers, give them an idea that this amazing product of yours can be a part of a lot of different ways of selling it. This is not just a product for the Filipino market. Mango is a universal brand, dear lady. The caramel, the chocolate, the cashews, the pistachios, everybody can understand it. So it's not necessarily just a product that can be marketed. This thing could be like at a Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, because they're all fresh. They're all fresh. That's why I'm all constantly just asking you, what are your plans? What do you want to do? What are you seeking here in the U.S. market? You and I were joking around as a Filipino. We all want to, back in the day, so to speak, maybe even now, they want to go to the U.S. to live here. But now it's different, obviously, because you're an exporter or you're a manufacturer. What do you want to do in the next 6 months or a year? What would you want to happen to your product?
Funny, I'll tell you a story. One time I went, during the hard lockdown, during the pandemic, I actually traveled November 2020 to LA. And I was asked by the officer who lets you in their country or not. What do you call that officer? The immigration officer, yeah. And the question was, what's the purpose of your visit here? And I go, I'm here to make a market research about the American snack industry. Oh, why? Because I had several canceled trips to America because of the pandemic, and that was supposed to be with the buyers, the big buyers in LA. And I want to make sure that my pricing point is correct with similar competing products. Oh, impressive. So, anyways, that's actually what I want to do, to be able to penetrate the American snack industry. I want to be in every shelves of Costco, Walmart, what else? Trader Joe's, and if I could even just start with just a few little the Asian stores, that would be a dream come true.
Let's conquer the world, Audrey. Because you know why? You,
And
you,
let's talk about America, right?
Yeah, well, you touched on already. Giro Tamasi just made a comment. In Costco, one of the big sellers of dried fruit is mango. So the market is already prepped for you because you just put a different twist to it. And that's why it's just for us to really, your company and whatever your goals are, to be really committed and having people taste this, because that's what Live at Emporium is trying to do, because we're trying to just create awareness and maybe have people really clamor for this product to be put in Costco. Because like I said, not only are you the banana as a brand in Costco, but you're putting a different type of mango, and on top of that, you're putting caramel, cashews, chocolate, and that people should know, right? And that's at Costco, okay? So I hate to do this because we're always timing, I told you, and I wish I could maybe invite you again, and I want you to come back again at the end of the day, because that product of yours is going to be amazing. I just enjoyed it. I didn't open up the other ones because you promised me that you're going to give me more samples, and hope, because I don't want to eat it, because anybody who comes into EmPHorium right now, I want them to taste it themselves, because I enjoyed it tremendously. So we'll leave it at this. What is the last, I'll give you the last few words before you go. But again, thank you for sharing what you want to do in the future. And hopefully we're able to help you with that. But go ahead. I'll give you the last few words of our segment.
Okay. Thank you very much, Birdie. Yes, I thank you for listening and listening in my presentation. At the end of the day, all I really want is to let everybody know this product is available in the Philippines right now. I would like to be able to export to America and try the market, of course. But as for now, I have a website where you can buy the products. Unfortunately, I cannot. The website cannot service orders coming from IP address that is American. So the limitation is due to the cost of freight is more than the cost of the products. But if you have relatives, you know there's a lot of Filipinos living, especially right now after being locked down for 2 years. There's a lot of friends, relatives going to America. Maybe you could ask them to buy it off all the stores where my products are available. It's available nationwide already. I don't know if Ferdy could flash where the list of stores, but you can call me and contact me through, if I may say my phone number, you can contact me through WhatsApp or Viber. My phone number is 0917 553 5482. I will type it in the chat box. I don't know if everyone can see this chat box. Is Ferdy? Hello, Ferdy. Okay, anyways, I wrote it down. I'm not so sure if it can be shown or you can read all of these. But yes, just email me also at audrey.regis@audreysconfectionaries.com. You can send me a message through my website, audreysconfectionaries.com, for inquiries on buying my products. Thank you so much, Ferdy. I can't hear you.
Before you go, I want to just address some of the comments that were made on the platform, and I'm sorry that's probably the best, because you had so many. The people where the products is available. It's amazing because what's happening with these live streams is that some people who may not have heard of you, because the fact that it's sort of bouncing back in terms of the awareness, not only in the U.S. but also in the Philippines. If you look at her website, there's so many places where it's available. That's why I'm excited to know that it's her product. It's just a matter of time for her to really duplicate some of the things that she's doing. And we just need to be, contributing to that. Now, Rhea, I just want to go ahead and show some of the comments that you had. It says here, dried mango combined with chocolates and caramel are the best. That's for Audrey, for you. And then this is a message from Jiro Tamasi. Philippine dried mango is in Costco or some stores, so this could be a potential for other markets, not just Filipino. You have a friend here. Her name is Donna. Go, 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 Audrey.
Yeah, Donna. We met during IFEX.
Yeah, so you're gonna meet. Donna is also she also has an amazing product. Both of you are just like go-getters. I love it. That's why I'm truly excited to be a part of what you guys are trying to build. And then the last comment was, let's see who. We'll definitely try this. TC from Cebu. So she's there. Okay, with that being said, thank you so much. And if you guys are interested, the people who are watching, if you're interested in reselling it, buying it, consuming it yourself, and just enjoying this delicious product, just go ahead and reach out to EmPHorium also, or just message us. And that's what we're here for, to sort of filter or sort of, facilitate all the different ways that you can connect with Audrey. But like I said, we showed the website, so you can go to Audrey's Confectioneries too. All right, so Audrey, thank you so much. Love it. Love you, girl. I love you from the fact that you were so energetic. I love your presentation, and hopefully we get to do another one. Now, what I want to do is we're trying something new. Audrey just made a presentation. I want to re-emphasize how amazing that market is. Jiro sort of touched upon it already. So I'm going to bring out to you a consultant, somebody who does market research. He's a graduate of Cal State University San Bernardino. He works for a major retailer that enables him to do these market research. But we've created a partnership where every time somebody needs market research, something of a SWOT analysis, so that Philippine manufacturers can get an idea of what the market is all about, because it's almost a sort of like a roadmap, or I call it, an encouraging paperwork or encouraging research to be able to say, okay, this is a good market. This is what it is in the U.S. I wanted to bring him up. His name is Joseph Blvd, and he's going to give a little bit of what he thinks about Audrey's product, not necessarily specifically Audrey's product, but the actual industry. So let me bring him on. He'll give us a few feedback a little bit on what that's all about. Okay, so here he is. His name is Joseph Blvd. Hey, Joseph.
Hey, Ferdinand. Thank you for having me again. Appreciate you.
Hey, I feel bad for you guys because I got to taste it.
Oh yeah, I feel bad for myself. Honestly, my mouth is watering as well. It's just these products look so good. From the packaging to the unwrapping and seeing them myself, they're just delicious.
Yeah, that's why to me this whole thing has just been amazing. So, tell us a little bit about what you think of the industry together. Let's encourage Audrey.
Audrey, I have some very encouraging news for you and great news actually. So, as you mentioned, COVID-19 did kind of impact this industry a lot, bringing down the share about 0.8% of revenue from 2018 to all the way to 2020. So from there, it went down a total of 1.4% of revenues only because of COVID. But from now, it actually spiked all the way up to a 1.8% and a compounded annual growth rate of 4.3% from 2022 all the way to 2028. So the industry is now growing. So that's great news. It's a total of a $4.2 billion industry in 2022, and it'll only go up from there. It is expected to go all the way up to $8 billion from all the way to 2028. So that's very great news. And also the barriers to entry to these products are very low because it's so fragmented. There's so many different companies trying to get into it that there is no major company being able to replicate these products. The best they have are dried cranberries, and I wouldn't want to try that, honestly. I think this, especially the dried mangoes and the way that Audrey is preparing them, those are a little bit more rare commodities to find. As she said, they're either covered in dark chocolate, which is not very preferable to a lot of Southern Californians, or they're just covered in a lot of sugar. There's a lot of Hispanics that make it covered in sugar or some type of chili powder that is just not to the people's liking. So this is a product that, again, is just also healthy, and the way it's prepared, it's different to a lot of these. So that's one eye-opening thing, especially the packaging. Me seeing it now and how freshly sealed it is, that sets it apart from any of these companies.
Well, I'm glad that you said all that, only because what we wanted to come from you was something encouraging after they do their presentation. Some of the manufacturers that come on, they sometimes don't know exactly the huge market that's available, and that's also going to, the information you gave, it's also going to be supplemented or added on to what you're saying by our next guest later on, right? So to me, thank you so much for that input, because at the end, they want to hear that. They want to know that they're about to take a chance, that leap of faith, okay, that leap of faith here into the U.S. market, that it's worth it. Whatever you're thinking, if you really are about expanding your market and having a product that's, some products just need to get out of a particular country, because that particular product is probably so common that there's a certain effect of, familiarity and maybe not appreciate. At least that's how I see it. So taking it to other provinces, but other country, that will definitely create more market share. But you have to know that there is an opportunity, and that's what you've done, Joseph. Thank you so much.
Of course, and another great thing I forgot to add, Ferdinand. The spots that are mainly looking for these products are, again, supermarkets and hypermarkets. Hypermarkets are just sort of that sell more international brands that any local Target would. So these are very great ways to explore, because, again, they only have limited supplies in dried fruit. So this is something new that they can look into. And again, putting it on the shelves for more people to see. That's where it gets more of the recognition, are these supermarkets and hypermarkets.
See, the packaging, I don't know if she sells them by themselves. I think she puts them mostly in the boxes, right? But by itself right there, a lot of people would buy that just to try it out, and then the pricing could even be smaller. So the packaging that Audrey's created is amazing.
Yeah,
So,
I think that kind of, with me, for like in Southern California, people will just fall in love with that type, because that packaging again is just, I've never seen that for those type of products. So it just kind of sets it apart. It's very eye-opening and colorful. So that's what I liked about the product.
oh yeah, she really took the time to do that. So
Yeah.
with that being said, I want to just flash a really quick, I don't know if Audrey's still looking, but she says, "Are you available? Order online." And I want to say yes. But anyway, with that being said, Joseph, thank you so much for giving us your perspective. We're counting on you to be here every week and really research the people that are part of the show and promoting the live stream or demo. Because at the end of the day, we EmPHorium wants to be, and you're a part of the EmPHorium team, obviously. We want to be encouraging. We want them to go, let's go for it. I mean, that's the market. Or if they want to read more about it, they can reach out to you, or you can give them a couple of websites so they can understand what that is. But at the end of the day, so much data, people don't have time to do that. You're able to compress it, or at least the ones that they really want to know, right?
Of course, yeah. They can reach me through either Facebook or LinkedIn, and if they want a full-length report, I can go ahead and give that to them. I am partnered through you with your EmPHorium. I have put a few things on your LinkedIn and Facebook as well. You guys can check it out. We did a product, Saint C, that we did last week. I put up a full report for that as well. Audrey's Confectioneries, I also have a full report of that as well.
Great. Okay, so let's go ahead and see you next week, right?
Yes,
So
of
next
course.
week,
Yeah.
I think next week, if everything goes well, it's going to be a product made out of rice. And I'm going to challenge you on that to give me some data, okay?
Awesome. Yeah, I will definitely.
Thank you so much.
I will always love a challenge. Thank you, Ferdinand, for the opportunity. Appreciate it.
All right, bye. Take it easy, Joseph. Now, the one that I really am very happy or excited to talk about is I want to talk to this gentleman. I want to get, his company. He's a buyer. He's a buyer of specialty foods. He's the go-to guy of artisanal brand curator, and he's been in the business for quite a long time. At least 18, 19 years. And I'm going to let him tell you a little bit more about it. But the reason why I'm connected with this gentleman is I met him a long time ago at a networking session. And when I told him what I was doing, he was actually very much interested in that also. And I stayed connected with him, hounded him, and we stayed connected. And I'm glad that he's always has this accommodating attitude because he realizes that there's a lot of amazing products out there. And he sort of had an eye, a taste, and a smell for a lot of things that are potentially would be amazing in the U.S. market. So without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce to you the gentleman, the founder of L.R. Johnson and Associate, Artisanal Food Curator. Please welcome Larry Johnson. Larry.
Hello, everyone, and good morning to the Philippines.
Yeah, I know, right? You know what? I've never asked you this, but I don't want to put you on the spot if you haven't. But have you ever been to the Philippines?
I've never been to the Philippines, but I have quite a few friends who are Filipino, and I must say that I have partaken of so many amazing Philippine feasts as a result of my relationships and contacts. So.
Well, I visited your website 2 or 3 times in the past week, and I'm amazed of your staff, of what they do. They source a lot of interesting products, and that hopefully that I'm putting another dimension into your discovery of Philippine products, because I know that it's all about artisanal stuff, and we definitely have that. So I invited you today because I want you to empower the Philippine manufacturers. There's a lot of amazing artisanal products from the Philippines. So I've asked you if you could just sort of maybe pick from some of the catalogs or products that are currently in the EmPHorium catalog and give us a perspective. Just do a free, a freestyle, if you may, of anything that you want to talk about the product.
Sure. I think it'd be important for me to provide some perspective for all of the manufacturers and producers out there, right? And I'll tell you the most important lesson I've learned in the food business, and that it's really not necessarily solely about how good or how delicious your food is, because taste is in the mouth of the beholder, right? We all have different flavor profiles and tastes. What might be fantastic for you may not be fantastic for me. And most people, when they go to a store to buy, they only see with their eyes, and sometimes they can smell, they get a little bit of an aroma, but they can see with their eyes. So your packaging and any information you could do beforehand through social media in promoting the essence of your brand, right? Your brand is more than your name. It's what your product stands for. And as an artisanal producer, it's you as an individual and what you and your family and friends have put into the product that you're selling. So that information has to be out there before you even start to knock on the door and try to get into the U.S. market. You should let the market know through social media who you are, what you're about, and what is really very special about what you offer. Because there are lots of products that it may not taste as well as your products do, but similar products on the marketplace, not all of them coming from the Philippines, but some coming from China, from Vietnam, from other places in the world, from Mexico. And you've got to compete in that vast marketplace, right? Now, if you're competing just in the Filipino community, that community may recognize your brand or the specific style of food you're offering. So that's a different kind of approach to the market. But if you're going after the broader U.S. market, we must first understand what is compelling about your product. Why? We were talking about mangoes earlier, right? What is it about your mango product that's distinctive and special? And Ferdinand, you did a fabulous job earlier about pointing out how that particular mango product that the young lady was presenting was of a higher end, very much focused on quality, no added ingredients, nothing to mar the purity of that delicious mango fruit. And so that, in and of itself, appeals to a certain segment of the U.S. population, right? It wouldn't necessarily appeal to your average Walmart shopper, but it would appeal to a shopper that's discriminating, that wants healthy food for his or her family, that wants that snack that's not going to be guilty in terms of what it does in terms of negative things to the body, but that it will taste good, but also be healthy to consume. And also it helps to know a little bit about the history. So if you have something on social media that talks about the history of the production, about how the founder decided to go into this business, what it means to the family, it really starts to separate your brand from everyone else. And that's what I'm here to really talk about today, and that is how to make what you do stand out, right? I looked at a lot of the products on the platform, Fernando, and it was difficult for me to determine just visually what stood out. What was the compelling value proposition of each of the products. So perhaps in the brief descriptions, there could be some adjustment in that. And I'd be happy to sit with you and
Yes.
sort of prompt you with questions that you can hit the producers with, so we can add some words and phrases that would make that description pop.
I want to do like an impromptu thing. While you're talking, do you mind if I bring Audrey back and maybe we can just show the product also? Because
Sure.
instead of looking at the catalog, maybe we can just use Audrey and I'll ask her just to listen to what you have to say. And if maybe you can even ask her if you want. Do you mind if I do that?
That would be great.
Okay, hold on. Audrey, so please meet Larry Johnson. Okay.
Hi, Audrey. Very nice to meet you.
Yeah. So let's just listen to what Larry has to say about your product, because he was listening earlier. So we'll take a few moments instead of him looking at our catalog. I'll let him talk about a little bit about what your product is about. So just sort of.
Why don't we have Audrey? Could you just hold up your one of your products? Okay. Now, what does it say on the label? Just read to me what you how you describe and present that product. It says mango caramel, right?
Yes.
And so describe that. What is mango caramel?
I the description in the I'll read it to you. Individually wrapped dried mangoes, fully coated with salted caramel and sprinkled with cashews.
Okay. So Audrey, tell me, why is this so special? I mean, if I'm going over to a friend's for dinner and I want to bring a special treat, why would I not be disappointed to bring your delectable caramel caramel mango dish? What is it about it that makes it
Yes.
special than anything else that might be similar?
Okay. Everyone wants to give chocolates. Everyone is thinking of a different gift all the time when you want to give a gift. Okay. And everyone is so spoiled already with the chocolates. Everyone is expecting chocolates for any occasion, be it a birthday, a courtship, maybe, or which is a courtship, or just traveling from the Philippines, going to another country, you're on vacation. It's our culture to always have something to bring with us from our country to give us a gift. And this is actually a choice, which is very unique and especially a different twist. Everybody wants dried mango from the Philippines. But it's always just, oh, dried mangoes. Oh, dried mangoes again. But when you give this out, first, I play with the senses, the eyesight. It's really good design, right? I know you said that. I heard you. You acknowledged it. Okay. And then when you give it, it strikes a curiosity right away. I saw that. It was given to me as a gift because they don't open it in front of you right away. They open it when you leave already, unless, of course, you're so excited, they'll open it right in front of you, of course. So when they
Okay.
open it
So
in front of you, be, you will be so much more proud because when they open it, it's so much nicer inside now. It's individually wrapped. It's like there's so much effort put into it. And then when you open it, it's a product that is uniquely combined. Of course, dried mango is available in it by itself. Caramel is available by itself. Cashew is available by itself. But nobody bothered combining all of them and then making it into what it is right now.
right. Okay.
So
So now we are looking to introduce a product to the U.S. market, and on the face of it, the consumer won't. The only thing the consumer may be aware of the value and the history and the importance of mangoes from the Philippines. They may or may not, right? And they may or may not understand and appreciate the gift giving cultural significance of providing a special gift. So perhaps some of that can be conveyed to the consumer in advance. Or perhaps there's a phraseology that you can put in whatever descriptions you use to promote the product. That this is a product that's fine enough to be given as a gift in the Philippine family, right? Or of the finest in the Philippine tradition of quality mangoes. We bring you the finest, and we make it even more special by enrobing our mangoes in caramel and
caramel.
cashews, and to really bring some romance into the. You've got to get the senses of the consumer focused on what you're doing and delivering. Both, so you've done a great job with your packaging, right? It just
Yeah.
if your packaging is on the shelf, people are going to notice that right away, right? So you basically have about 2.5 seconds to get a consumer to
Attention.
really focus. And so you've done a great job by getting them. They're going to stop when they see your oh, that's cute. But if you've got something, another little teaser on that packaging to say that from in the fine tradition of quality mangoes, this is the finest of Philippine mangoes, and it's a gift giving quality package, right? And the contents, both the external contents and the internal contents, are worthy of giving in the Philippine tradition. So in that phrase, you've expressed to them that, in the Philippines, we just don't give gifts willy-nilly. It's got to be special and thoughtful, right? So now I'm walking to the shops. I haven't tasted it, but already I know this is kind of special in that culture, and I'm looking for a special gift. Maybe I'll try that. Now, what this also tells me, based on the way you describe your gift, is that your consumer that will appreciate this is going to be a specialty store shopper consumer, right? I wouldn't necessarily focus your product initially on a mass market retailer, but a specialty retailer. In Southern California, we have companies like Gelson's and Erewhon, and we also certainly it used to be that Whole Foods had that reputation of being the quintessential specialty foods retailer, but they were acquired by Amazon, and they've gotten more to be like a regular standard grocery store. But Sprouts is a name. You may have heard of Sprouts. That's a specialty market. They have lots of specialty artisanal products on their shelves. So to be selective about the retailer that you want to make sure you approach, and then you provide that retailer with lots of good promotional information so that they can help position your product even more.
I'm going to interrupt you guys a little bit, only because at the end of the day, what I wanted this to happen, to occur here, is more like, this is the feedback that a lot of Philippine manufacturers want to have, Larry, because you've been in the business for quite a long time. Okay, and everything that you say, it's even a specialty. It's not even just a regular producer. You're an artisanal food curator, which that means a lot. So to me, when it's just maybe good timing that Larry, you and Audrey here, because I saw that I saw her product to be that way too. It's one thing, like I said, with the Costco's of the world, with the dried mangoes, but there's something more to it. So that's the reason why I knew that that feedback had to come from you, because you're more in that space. And thank you so much for sort of reinforcing that. So hopefully you got some really golden nuggets there, Audrey, because, with Larry, like I said, his eyes, his ears, his contacts, if you follow him on LinkedIn, on Facebook, I think you're on Facebook, Larry. I'm not sure, but I know you're on LinkedIn.
Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn.
Yeah. So he's definitely someone you listen to and check out some of the products that he's actually promoting, Audrey. And any Philippine manufacturer really who's watching this, who can take a cue from what you've done, Audrey, because there are people like Larry who are artisanal, and that's their niche. They don't want to just present to the world some average product that it's all about price. He's all about knowing that the product, it may be a certain price point, but damn it, it's worth it, right, Larry?
That's right. And Audrey, I really like your packaging an awful lot, and I would love to learn more about your products. So if you can get my contact information from Ferdinand, I'd like to learn more about what you're offering.
Okay. So that's a deal. I'm going to make that happen. If I'm going to annoy Audrey and make sure that she contacts you. And if nothing else, I'm going to annoy the crap out of Audrey and make sure that she follows up. So, Larry, thank you so much for the feedback. I know you're busy. It's here in California. It's now 6:06. You probably just want to unwind. And Audrey's probably like her head is somewhere else right now, and that's a good thing because she's a very, very busy lady. So I'll let you guys both go. Thank you so much for appearing on the show. Thank you so much for elevating EmPHorium again for the next level.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Have a great day, everyone. Audrey, nice to meet you. Thanks for